Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
T-Holbetic XRP bringing this up. Himmel Remit clearly is a Ripple customer, and their partners include Ripple heavyweights and ODL customers Tranglo, IDT Corp or Boss Money, Extend Pay, and Ripple customers Lulu Pay, Al Fardan Exchange, Rational FX, UAE Exchange, BFC, Unimoney, TravelX, etc. So this is just a page here from the Himalayan Bank website, and you guys can see all their service partners that include, well, not every single one of them, but a lot of their service partners include Ripple partnered companies. Tranglo, Lulu Exchange, as you can see, I listed them off, but you can see screen grabs here of some of those. Extend Pay, some of those partners that we know are already partnered with Ripple. So just another interesting connection here that we are seeing the partnerships really kind of explode. And when we see bigger banks partnered with other Ripple partners, that just gives more validity to this idea of the flywheel effect, giving the XRPL more value. And as we see more liquidity, more value, more payments going through the XRPL, this is what's going to give more demand for XRP. And ultimately, the idea is that will mean higher prices for the cryptocurrency once we're using it in a situation where there's high volume, high liquidity. So interesting to note that Himmel Remit, which is part of the Himalayan Bank, they are partnered with at least a half dozen Ripple partners. So Tranglo, IDT Corp, Extend Pay, Lulu, Al Fardan, Rational FX, UAE Exchange, BFC, Unimoney, and TravelX. So that's about 10. That's 10 right there. Great news there. Wanted to thank T-Holbetic for posting that. And then there's this guy's another one from the Wrath of Kahneman, noting Ripple partner Azimo. They received a 20 million euro loan from the European Investment Bank in February to scale faster payments in Europe. And now here is the most recent update from Azimo, the money transfer service, securing the 20 million euros for debt finance. The financing is supported by the European Fund for Strategic Investments, the financial pillar of the EU's investment plan for Europe. Azimo says the capital provided by EIB will be used to accelerate the company's R&D and to scale up in proprietary payments platform. This will include further job creation at the fintech's Krakow offices, where 130 out of 160 total staff are currently located. Azimo has raised $50 million of equity funding to date. Investors include Rakuten, eVentures, Greycroft, and Frog Capital. And in August, the company said it was already profitable. It offers low-cost international payments to over 200 countries and territories around the world and claims 2 million registered customers. So Azimo already quite successful. We are planning to use the finance to scale faster in Europe. Azimo co-founder and executive chairman Michael Kent tells TechCrunch, this will include investing in engineering and product talent so we can adapt our product for ever more countries and build ever better instant payment rails. So they are looking to expand their rails. Of course, utilizing such an efficient software running on Ripple is going to give them a better opportunity to do so. In addition, the fintech plans to increase marketing spend and spread the gospel of Azimo's faster and cheaper proposition to more customers in the EU. This coming from Michael Kent, again the executive chairman at Azimo. Meanwhile, Azimo securing a line of credit from the EIB is interesting in the context of Brexit. The company is very typical of European tech scale-ups and have teams split across the UK and continental Europe, born in part out of the UK's membership of the EU and freedom of movement, which as of this week came to an end. So there's also the Brexit implications and, the fact that, now they are likely going to be dealing in those two currencies, whereas before now, they would have likely just been dealing in one or the other. We're going to see this need probably more so to convert from GBP to Euro and vice versa. And so, again, RippleNet, that faster, easier, cheaper, more efficient way to do so. So it sounds as though Azimo is hitting it out of the park. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. And more news, guys, coming from the Sologenic team. Another Sologenic update. Wondering what is coming to Sologenic? Learn more about how new components and updates coming to the Sologenic and XRPL ecosystem. So we know Sologenic is built on the XRPL, and over the past 12 months, the development team at Sologenic has remained fully dedicated to the improvement and implementation of new components to the ecosystem. And there's a point form, just bullet point list as to what they have completed already. Just down here, the Solo team believes the XRP ledger and its potential to make a massive disruption within the blockchain industry. In that sense, the Solo team's prime vision for the future of Sologenic as the most significant ecosystem ever built on the XRPL is to develop a fully decentralized ecosystem that allows both retail and institutional investors to benefit from the following new components. And so those are as follows: bridge, cross-chain, and interoperability between the XRPL and other blockchains. So another company doing that, Solo cards and fiat ramps, buy and spend cryptocurrencies directly on the Solo decentralized exchange. Solo Launchpad, allowing startup projects to raise funds directly on-chain, or IDO. Market Index, most trustable price tracking index for XRPL tokens within the ecosystem, and NFT XLS-20D, swap and migration. So the Solo team looking to add these features and make them better. It goes into more detail in this article about what each of those are, and so I will link this blog post from the Sologenic website in the description of the video if you guys are interested. Just thought that was some more great news with regards to XRPL updates. Also wanted to mention this, another one from T. Holbetic. This one seals the deal for me. Euronet and their Ripple Connection REN payments platform featured by the Federal Reserve's FedNow showcase. So here we are seeing Euronet worldwide. They are a leading global financial technology solutions and payment provider, and their REN payments platform have now been included in the Federal Reserve's new FedNow service provider showcase, an online resource designed to connect financial institutions looking to adopt and innovate upon the FedNow service, with service providers offering instant payment solutions. And so we know FedNow integrated with Volpay, which is Ripple enabled. So let me just read this quote. We're excited to bring real-time payment capabilities of the REN payment platform to organizations in the US, as highlighted by our inclusion in the FedNow service provider showcase. This coming from the executive CEO, ePay Software and EFT Asia Pacific Division. We invite interested financial institutions to learn more about REN at the showcase now, so that they will be able to use it to access the speed, convenience, and other benefits of the FedNow service that it will provide when it launches in the year 2023, which is just next year, just around the corner. Euronet's REN payments platform will offer the following instant payment services to financial institutions that are adopting the FedNow service, and then it does give a few bullet points here of what those are. The interesting thing though here, as T. Holbetic notices, real-time cross-border payment capabilities of Euronet using payment rails of Euronet's RIA and XE. We know those are both Ripple powered. Not to mention that FedNow already Ripple enabled with Volente's Volpay. T. Holbetic also mentions, really can't understand why this reply keeps getting hidden, so he's just talking about his tweet thread here. Article says REN provides access to RIA and XE, which means it connects to Ripple. Wrath of Kahneman chiming in saying, wow, this could make moving money so easy. And Matthew Lany also saying, he is noticing a pattern here. We reported on this a few days ago, the fact that ACI Worldwide, which is another Ripple partner, was also featured in the Federal Reserve's new FedNow service provider showcase. So all very great news, all very interesting to note those connections. Wanted to thank T. Holbetic, Wrath of Kahneman, Matthew Lany on Twitter for mentioning that and for posting all these wonderful new updates, noting the connections to RippleNet and XRP with the United States' new Fedwire service. It is ISO 20022 compatible, going to be central, likely very central to the new financial system that is going to be rolled out in the United States. Which begs the question, why is Ripple and XRP still in courts? And, what is the outcome looking like? I mean, this is changing every day. This from Jesse Hines, though. He is a lawyer in the community. This is it. This is the tweet. One step closer. Still a long way to go, though. Now, he's just retweeting out this document from the court. At the pleading stage, the court's examination of Ripple's conduct is limited to facts pleaded in Ripple's answer, the undisputed facts in the amended complaint, and any fact of which the court may properly take judicial notice. As discussed above, Ripple states that XRP's price bears no relation to Ripple's activities. Answer preliminary statement. It also asserts that it has not sold XRP as an investment and that it has no relationship with the vast majority of XRP holders. So this was the rebuttal from Ripple's side, noting that XRP is separate from Ripple and that price should not be influenced by Ripple's actions. At the very least, these facts, if true, would raise legal questions as to whether Ripple had a fair notice that the term investment contract covered its distribution of XRP, and the court may need to consider these questions more deeply. And then they cite the Howey test, thus accepting all of Ripple's pleaded facts as true and drawing all reasonable inferences in Ripple's favor, as the court must do at this stage. It concludes that the SEC has not met its burden of demonstrating that there are no questions of fact or law that might allow the defense to succeed. So a great statement here from Ripple's side. However, Jesse Hines saying we're still a long way away. How long? What does that mean? Well, I mean, we've gotten some insight from Jeremy Hogan on when he thinks the case could be settled or perhaps get to a final verdict, maybe through trial. Depends on your definition of long, says Gavril Tudor. The SEC has a lot at stake right now. And here's just a Jeremy Hogan clip. I will link this in the description. Not going to play it right now. Define long, says XRP researcher. How likely do you think the fair notice defense survives summary judgment? Seems like a 50-50 to me. This tweet going out asking a question back to Jesse Hines. So what this really does is this allows Ripple to pursue more discovery, aka more information. What I believe we'll see is another 6 months or so of hearings about discovery. The SEC should likely lose a fair amount of those and have to turn over information and docs, then don't want to. The real question is, how far does the SEC go until they decide they've had enough? So Jesse Hines going on to say, I'd say 70-30 in favor of Ripple, and that would be at summary judgment if the SEC moves for it, and then maybe 50-50 at trial. So if it does go to trial, he is saying a 50-50 chance that they will win. Of course, the SEC will definitely try to push for that. I mean, if their lawyers are thinking along the same lines as Jesse Hines. So some interesting insight here. Down here in this tweet thread just going on, talking about Metzner's report and some other people just giving their insight. Again, I will link this in the description. So just getting to some more replies here. 50-50 coming from DM16G12. At trial, that sounds like a scary gambit for Ripple, but it's good to have a roadmap of what lies ahead. But just to go back to Jesse Hines' response, another 6 months, he says? Perhaps another 6 months of discovery? That's right, I suppose it could last into September. We've gotten some original predictions suggesting November. I think one thing's certain though, I mean, we are going to see crypto move, and I think it will coincide with a final verdict. I think 2022 is still going to be a very, very bullish year for cryptocurrencies. We still have not seen a Bitcoin dump, at least as per the time that I'm recording this. Today is supposed to be the day that the European Union decides on banning proof of work energy consumption.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.